So I guess this has been going on, as you rightly noted, since the start of the year, when President Trump tweeted that Pakistan had not proved to be a reliable ally, and this has been a constant complaint in the last few years by the U.S. with regard to Pakistan's engagement, uh, both with the U.S. and its role in Afghanistan. And I think there was immense pressure on Pakistan to withdraw its support to Afghan Taliban or factions of them, whom the US and Afghan government allege have the backing of Pakistan military, and they find bases and support from the territory within Pakistan. But I think the problem is that this whole process of stoppage of aid and using aid as a lever is an old-fashioned tool, and it is not so relevant anymore, given the fact that Pakistan has created new alliances both with China and now with Russia, and therefore it finds itself in a much more secure position than it was, let's say, a few years ago, where the US aid really mattered for the Pakistani government and particularly its military. So I think the US would have to recalibrate its strategy, but more importantly, Pakistan would also need to mend this relationship because it's a long historic, association which just cannot go away like that. And Pakistan, all said and done, needs US support when it comes to international financial institutions, but also in terms of trade and transfer of technology, etc. So I think both sides are posturing and indulging in brinksmanship, and I hope the new government in Islamabad can bring some new discourse or sanity to this really troubled relationship.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Imran Khan has just taken office. How do you think he's going to approach this relationship with US? And do you think that getting that $300 million back of aid is going to be important to him, or is the relationship more important?
I think both are important. I mean, Pakistan faces a balance of payments crisis, and it has been going to different international monetary institutions seeking, support, and to many countries as well. So money is important, but more importantly, it is about Pakistan's balancing act with China and the US, both big powers, and Pakistan enjoys historic ties with both. So Imran Khan's position, he in his as an opposition leader, as a populist politician, he has taken a very hardline nationalist line. But I guess in power, you have different imperatives and different considerations, and sooner than later, that those would set into his policy, and I guess he would have to mend these ties. Luckily, Mr. Pompeo is visiting Pakistan along with senior U.S. military officials in a few days, and one hopes that the visit and the dialogue during that time would open up some channels so that this current impasse could be resolved.
And who knows, what we may even see here is perhaps Imran Khan and Donald Trump finding they have more in common than they thought on the nationalist front.